Hey everyone, Saul from Three Kingdoms Games here. Coming to you today with some more War of the Spark spoilers, plus another chance for you to enter the giveaway for the free booster box of War of the Spark. So, on to the spoilers. Now, clearly at some point during this battle for War of the Spark, the Planeswalkers get the upper hand on Bolas, and so he summons the God Eternal. Hence the card Enter the God Eternal. It's a 5 CMC sorcery that deals 4 damage to target creature. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player discards the top 4 cards of their library, and you amass 4. So, amass, again, we've covered in the past videos, so you'll get either an army token with 4+1/+1 counters on it, or put 4+1/+1 counters on an existing army you already control. I think this is actually a pretty decent card. 5 CMC is a bit high, so it's probably going to be a 1 or a 2 of, because it effectively will work as a removal spell, help with the mill strategy if you're running either a self-mill or a mill your opponent strategy, plus it gives you a body to help protect if you have a Planeswalker strategy going on. So, not a bad card. High mana cost, so in a 60 card format, maybe not the best card to play, but not the worst card either. Now, first of the God Eternals I want to cover is God Eternal Ketra. So for those of you who don't know, these gods are the ones from Amonkhet who died, who were killed by Bolas, and then zombified, and now they are the God Eternals. So, God Eternal Ketra is a 5 CMC, 3/6 zombie god. She has double strike. When she enters the battlefield, you get a 4/4 black zombie token with vigilance. And if she were to die or be exiled, she is put third from the top of your library. So, I like that she's persistent this way. Also, when you consider mana cost to abilities, 5 CMC giving you 7 power worth of creatures is pretty strong. I think that's actually not a bad card. But again, with the 5 CMC, that's going to be your top end in a lot of the white kind of aggro decks, or decks that are running white and are aggro. So, it could be interesting to see where this goes. God Eternal Kefnet is the next. 4 CMC for a 4/5 zombie god with flying. The first card you draw each turn, you may reveal it. If you reveal an instant or sorcery, you can copy it. You have to cast the copy though, but it will cost you 2 mana less to cast it. In the right deck, I think this is a really strong card. Built the right way, this can do some serious work for you. Plus, given that it's 4 CMC for a 4/5 of flying, it's a little bit hard to deal with. Plus, it has the same secondary ability that Oketra has. All the gods have this, where if it were to be exiled or killed, it goes third from the top of your library. So, in the right build, I think it will be a pretty strong card. Next up, what I think is one of the weakest of the new God Eternals is God Eternal Bantu. He's a 5 CMC for a 5/6 zombie god with menace. So 5/6 with menace for 5, not too bad. When he enters the battlefield, you sacrifice any number of permanents you control and draw that many cards. You lose any upside by having to sack so much stuff to draw cards. And then when he dies, he goes third from the top. I don't think we're going to see much of him. I don't think he's a good card. Sorry. I kind of like the old Bantu to a degree. This one's just bad. Then we have God Eternal Ronus. By far, I think the strongest of the God Eternals. 5 CMC for a 5/5 zombie god with Death Touch. When he enters the battlefield, all your other creatures gain, well, whatever their power is, doubles. And they gain Vigilance till end of turn. So drop him and potentially win on the spot if you have the right cards. I think he's a huge, huge card. EDH for sure. Limited for sure. He's going to be a huge bomb to deal with. And then again, of course, if he dies, he is put third from the top of your library. Overall, solid card. Yeah, dies or exiled. Overall, still, solid card. I don't really have a lot of complaints about it. So, for those of you who follow along with the lore of Amonkhet, Hazoret didn't die. So to replace Hazoret in this cycle, in all his green flaming Mohawk glory, we have Ilharg, the Raised Boar. He is a 5 CMC, 6/6 Boar God with Trample. When he attacks, this is insane. You can take any creature from your hand, put it into play, and it will be attacking with him. Now, your opponents do have a chance to remove it, but the fact that you can surprise Ghalta someone is ridiculous. Now, until the beginning of your next end step, that creature will stay in play. So that's your opponent's opportunity to remove it if they're going to. And then it returns to your hand. So if you wanted to use like ETB yo-yoing, you can do that for sure. And then, of course, if he were to be killed or exiled, he is put third from the top of your deck. I think this is an insane card. I don't know how much play it's going to see in like 60 card constructed, but Commander, Limited, this thing's a beast. Next up, we have Nissa, who shakes the world. There's a specific reason I'm talking about Nissa next in this kind of interaction of the god, the eternal gods being summoned by Bolas to fight off the planeswalkers. So, Nissa, who shakes the world, 5 CMC, 5 loyalty. When you tap a forest for mana, it produces an additional green mana. So this will include your dual lands. So you can tap, a Stomping Grounds for red and get green as well. So great ramp at that point. +1, put 3+1/+1 counters on a land you control. It becomes a 0/3 creature. You get to untap it, gains haste. It becomes a 0/0 creature. You get to untap it, it gains haste till end of turn. Pretty solid card. And then -8, you get an emblem. That is, your lands are indestructible. So right there, already pretty good. But you also get to search your deck for any number of forests and put them into play. This includes dual lands. This includes anything that's just labeled forest. The fact that in the right deck in Commander, this is mostly a Commander thing that I'm next going to be talking about. It can enter play Ultimate right away, strip your deck out of all the dual lands that are forest and X, and make all your lands indestructible, meaning you can, with impunity, play mass land destruction spells. Pretty solid. I think this card's really good. 5 CMC for 60 card might be a bit much, but if you're ramping the right way and the ramp that this will give you, you can probably pay it off and gain it back in tempo pretty quickly. So, not a bad card. If you're going to play it in 60 card, I'd say probably 2 of them tops in your deck. But this is the moment that I was talking about. The next card, Awaken the Vitu-Ghazi. So, the God Eternals are pressing on the Vitu-Ghazi, so that is the Selesnya Sanctuary, for those of you who are following along. So, Nissa wakes up the thing and has it fight back. I just love, from a thematic story component, that this is so appropriate for her. Now, Awaken the Vitu-Ghazi is a 5 CMC instant. You put 9+1/+1 counters on a land. It becomes a legendary elemental creature that's a 0/0. And, yeah, that's it. And it gains haste. This is just a permanent effect. It's just big suddenly. So, solid card. I think it's amazing. And next up we have Chandra, Fire Artisan, 4 CMC, 4 loyalty. Whenever you remove counters from her, you can deal that much damage to an opponent or a planeswalker. +1, exile the top card of your library. You may play it till end of turn. -7, exile the top 7. Same thing. You can play them till end of turn. I don't know how good a card this is overall, but, not too bad. It could end up being an issue if you -7 and hit too much stuff you can't use, so you just lose these cards. But there you have it. That's the spoilers for today. Now, as always, you can follow us on all major social media. That's in the description box below. If you want to enter the giveaway, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification icon so you don't miss any of this content when it comes out. Now, to enter, I want you to comment below. This is something for the Commander players, but anyone can do it, obviously. Which of these legendary creatures that have been spoiled so far in this set you think you want to build a commander deck around. There you have it. That's how easy it is to enter this contest. Now, you can always stop into store. There's one in Markham, one in Toronto. See what's going on. As well, follow us on Facebook. I'll see you next time.